Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy. I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry. And today I'd like to talk to you about another film that I think is severely underrated that should have gotten more attention and that nobody's talking about. And I'm telling you right now, nobody is talking about this film, especially if you're looking for a good time. Today I'm going to talk to you about the underrated action comedy Free Fire, starring an all-star cast. Well, I wouldn't say all-star cast, but a good cast. Well, one of them's blacklisted. But anyway, Armie Hammer, Brie Larson, Sharlto Copley. Hey, I gotta get a dictionary. Jack Ryder and who else is in it? And Cillian Murphy. And the story revolves around set in Boston, 1978, of a gun deal that goes wrong, and two of the opposing criminals are so confused during the crossfire they start shooting each other. It's all out war. It's a comedy action film, and it's all set in one location, and it's a good time. There's nothing artsy about this film. It's just a good time, and rarely do A24 films just come up with a story or just a movie that just you just want to have a good time. And for those who want to have a good time with this film, this is exactly what. And if you're looking for a good time for this film is exactly what you're looking for. Simple story, simple premise, and really, the majority of the movie is just people shooting each other. For the first 30 minutes, like 25 to 30 minutes, it just builds up into you just get these characters. They're to for an arms deal. It's an arms deal. You have Brie Larson, Cillian Murphy, who meets Armie Hammer and a couple other guys. The guy's a presenter, but he's part of the opposing crime guy who has the weapons, and he just brings them along in for arms deal, But when they get to the point, it turns out that the weapons that they wanted were the wrong weapons. So there's this kind of back and forth, like, dude, they brought us the wrong weapons, and then Sharlto, you have Copley. I'm just calling him Copley, who's, I guess, he's the main guy that bought the weapons, and he's going to sell it to Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy is the main leader of his gang. And he just straight out and tells him, like, you got us the wrong weapons, and you don't know the kind of weapons I'm looking for. So there's this funny just mix up that happens, and then which each mix up, or like the smallest error, everybody gets paranoid. Well, they're criminals; they're doing an illegal deal, so yeah, they're gonna get paranoid. I thought some of the build-up was a little bit weak at parts, but for the action scene to kind of just play out. But other than that, this is a great film. Like, I really thought some of it was kind of a little bit weak when it got to it, but some of it saved it with the writing. I kind of like that some of the humor wasn't forced. It's either you enjoy the humor or you don't. But when the action scenes start happening, and it's so funny, it's like the way that it starts out, the shootout is so out of like I wouldn't say coincidental, but like something that like you didn't expect, and it just goes wrong after another. Then the shootout starts happening, which to me this movie has one of the greatest shootouts in any film that I've seen, and it's it's a small film. So one of those one room scenarios, and it's an action film set in that. It's like a little war, little movie, but with criminals just shooting each other. and it gets very comical. The action scenes get a little comical. It's so funny too that you can tell these criminals are bad shots because every time they try to shoot somebody, they gotta well they can't aim. And I mean, yeah, and they can't aim, and it's so funny that they would try their best to kind of just aim the gun and try to get the opposing guys, and they keep missing, or they shoot them in the leg, they shoot them in the arm. Like I lost count how many times everybody gets shot in the arm or the leg, and it's just so funny. Um, One of the best scenes in the movie to me is the moment. It's a little of a complaint, and it's like the only. Um, I'm not gonna go there, but there's this guy. He's with Copley's gang. This guy, this actor, he plays Martin. All right, and he gets shot like early on into the shootout, and he's like done for the most of the movie until at one point he somehow wakes up from being shot in the head, and he's suffering from brain damage, so his head, so he's not all the way there yet. He goes ballistic and starts shooting everybody. Like, hey, you got the money? Where's the freak over there? He starts shooting both sides, and everybody's like, dude, this dude's gone crazy. So they like the guys surviving the shootout. They literally would duck from from the guy that was shooting, and just kind of waited out until the dude just somewhat just like passes out and just dies, which was kind of funny. There's a lot of like dark comedic humor in this. It's a dark comedy action comedy that I did not expect. Actually, this is a great time. To be honest with you, like this is probably one of the most fun films I've ever had. Like just watching a film where just mostly a bunch of guys are shooting each other, and it's done in a very comedic way. Like I had a great time with this, and some of the action scenes that I think his name's Ben Wesley. I think it becomes a bit creative with it. It's actually becomes very exciting, especially where these guys are literally shooting each other like close range and they're like dodging the bullets and trying to fight one another, and it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, there's a little few twists here or there to kind of just keep the plot kind of just interesting for a film that's like an hour and a half. And that actually kind of goes by very quickly. It really does. Um, for the exception where it feels like every character is pretty much crawling on the ground and ducking and hiding from the bullet shots, and everybody. It's a phenomenal film. It's a very enjoyable film, and if you I don't know if you not used to a film not having a lot of set pieces, then I don't know what to say. But this is a action film that tries to do something different. But like I said, this is just mostly a film about a guy about a group of people just basically shooting each other, and it lasts for about an hour. That's basically it. It's a enjoyable watch. I really enjoyed it. It's actually one of my favorite action films ever. Like I said, um, man, just imagine Martin Scorsese directed this. This would have been cool. But hey, Ben Wheatley or Wesley, whatever his name is, respect, bro. This was an enjoyable film. Comment below, let me know if you have seen it, what you thought about it. Would you recommend this film? I would recommend this film to you guys, especially if you're looking for an enjoyable action film just to turn your brain off for a few moments, or for an hour and a half. This is one I highly recommend for anybody to watch it. Highly recommend it. Comment below, let me know if you have seen it. Would you share? Would you recommend it? Please let me know if you do, and let me know what is your favorite underrated movie.